And so I was at the gym 2 and 3 times a day, which is why Jay ended up leaving in the first place, because I really wasn't a woman of quality at that point. I gave everything to the salon and I gave everything to the gym, and I didn't leave anything for anybody else. So yeah, once I put those results out there and people were signing up as customers and distributors immediately without even talking to me, it was weird. I'm like, what in the world? These people are nuts. Who does that? And so I just started talking about it to everybody. Everybody. I think in my first month I signed like 17 distributors without having any idea what a diamond chart was or anything. I was totally blind, just going for $1,200 a month. In my first month, that's what my paycheck was.
$1,200 in her first month, and I'm sure you agree that that could not have happened if you didn't just lose excuses, know what you want, and just ran.
It's funny because, you know, people always say they're so busy, and I look back to that time, and I'm like, I just told Jay the other day, I'm like, when I was that crazy person, and I still am, like I live a crazy life, I'm just a crazy lady who knew I'd be with a crazy rap thing, but I had a huge network of people everywhere, whether it was the salon or the gym or people at the gas station, for crying out loud. I always went to the same gas station because my travels were always the same. And so I'm like, I need to get back into a crazy routine, kind of, you know? And we do the same thing with coffee shops now. We'll just go and hit that same coffee shop once a week, twice a week, and work out of the coffee shop because people become familiar with our faces, and it just opens up so many doors.
Love it. Thanks for sharing. Jolie, I thought I was busy. I don't know. Jolie is a triple diamond. You're still working your corporate job full time, which makes me feel really, really bad about myself because I hit double and I was peace out. I cannot do it. So I am above and beyond impressed. We also share a similar kind of struggle with unsupportive spouses. Got a room full of support though, so love on your sidelines, your upline, your downline, they'll support you. But so many people say that they can't do this because they work a full-time job. They're busy. You've got 3 young kids. How did you get to triple with working full-time? What tips can you tell them about incorporating it all? And there's only 24 hours in a day, and you have managed to maximize every little second.
I was that person. When Kendra had approached me about the business, it was right after I had my second baby, he was 5 months old, and I was tired of looking like I had just had a baby the week before. And it took breaking down in a Marshall's dressing room. I gave Kendra a call and I said, I'm ready to try your crazy rap, and she said, okay. She said, why don't you just, if you can get people to rap with you, I'll give you a $5 discount. Okay. I throw it on my Facebook, hey, I'm trying this rap, and I had comments. Kendra's like, what? Okay, here's your $5 discount. She rapped me and she said, well, by the way, I booked, all these different appointments, and if you want to be a distributor, those would be your customers. I don't have time for that. And so after she showed me the product, and I tried it twice, and I realized I wanted everything. It was the products that got me started, because I did not think I had time for this. And then I was like, knew my husband would kill me for spending the amount of money that I wanted on the product. So I got started. I get up early. So like you get up at 4 a.m. I'm up by 5 a.m. I am wrapping people on my lunch breaks. If I have to make a wrap appointment on my way home, I do. I am up late, I am on my phone. Social media, I had to learn very, very quick to be very, very transparent on social media, because if I wanted people in my business and if I wanted to work that, and social media was the time that I could find, on my lunch break, making little posts here and there, when I get home, staying up late after calls, people had to be able to connect with me. And so the truth and the reality of my whole point is, if you want it, you're gonna get it. I mean, you guys have the same day that I do, so if I can make it work with now 3 babies at home, so I went triple diamond a couple months after I had my third baby boy. So I was home, I was off. I got to take the full 12 weeks, which is something I never got to do before. And I still could make it happen because I was determined to. So for those people who will tell you they're too busy, approach them with the product, because that's what's going to be what's getting in. Because they already have you shut down in their head. Get them passionate about one thing, and then help them work out. I mean, I don't know how many times Kendra's, told her I can't do this, and she's like, well, what about this time? All right, yeah, I could do that time. So it's just all about, how you perceive things, and finding your goal and finding your why. That why is really going to help you find some extra time.
And that's so true, because once you declare it, you still only had the same 24 hours as you did before. You were just kind of going through the motions of your job, but now once you declared it and you own it, you still have the same 24 hours. But it's funny what happens when you really find that why. You're willing to get up a little early. I remember making phone calls, and sorry for my Flower Hospital people, but in empty patients' rooms, and you just maximize lunch breaks, and I love it. Just finding that why, and then you'll find that time.
And I didn't start out wanting triple diamond. I started out wanting free product. And then I went Ruby my first month. So for all you guys that get 60 days, you guys can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then those student loans, that was my next defeat, which are gone.
It's awesome. Funny how, your one goal just kind of That's awesome. Erin, I'm going to have some questions for you once this little quattro pops out. Erin's got 4 kids. When you started, your fourth was just a newborn, right?
Yep, she was 5 months old.
5 months old. Now, if you, all of the moms out there, remember when your babies were itty bitty, do you ever feel like you're stuck at home, kind of housebound? Still decided that you wanted to run a business. You still had a why. How did you use social media to propel your business?
Yeah, when I first started, I didn't want this. I didn't want to do this. It wasn't my thing. I literally signed up to make my sister-in-law stop talking. I was a loyal customer for 2.5 years, and she would not stop talking about it and telling me that I needed to join her team, so I was finally like, okay, whatever. I will join your team, I'll get my products for free, I'm using them, why not? So I signed up, and yep, when I did, it was in March, and my youngest, I had a 5-month-old, an 18-month-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. So I did not want to be gone. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be with my kids. I didn't want to run a business. It wasn't what I was looking for at all. I told my sister-in-law, I will not do wrap parties. Don't ask me to. I'm not doing them. That didn't last long. But so I wanted to be home with my kids, so I utilized social media to its fullest. And the difference between I was busy. I know what busy was. I signed in March. My kids were young. My husband owns his own business. We moved in May to a new house, and we went to boot camp, St. Louis boot camp in July, and I went diamond in August. So I know what busy is. You don't have to tell me what busy is. And I didn't have time to be going and doing wrap parties and doing all this crazy stuff, so I utilized social media. If my kids were getting up at 7:30 in the morning, I was getting up at 6:30 in the morning, and I was making my schedule. I was making sure I was posting on Facebook, because when I first started, that's all I had was Facebook. I was messaging people, and then, when my kids go down for a nap, I don't sit down and eat bonbons and watch TV. I message people. I get on Facebook. I post. I return messages. I text message. I get on the phone. When my kids go to bed at night, I want to sit down and watch TV with my husband. I want to relax. I want to veg out. I got things that I could much rather, enjoy doing, but I don't. I get on Facebook or whatever, and I utilize that. I utilized Facebook to its fullest when I first started, because I didn't want to be gone. So I built my business I would say for the first 5 or 6 months, I built my business pretty much through social media.
You know, social media is a great tool, especially for all you really busy moms. If you are going to take 5 minutes for yourself and just jump on Facebook, don't scroll and look at pictures of pizza and spaghetti and people posting dumb stuff. Don't just scroll through that. Who is complaining of wanting more time, better health? People complain a lot on Facebook. Contact them, reach out to them. They're kind of waving their hand. Just take that initiative. So instead of just mindlessly scrolling, scroll with intention. We all know though that you're not going to get to ambassador. I'm sure you didn't get to ambassador on Facebook, on social media. You were out there, and you know, with you having 4 kids, they're all in extracurricular activities. You are going. How do you bring this up, either the products or the business, when you are out and about with all your kids?
Yeah, you know, now that my kids are a little bit older, they're doing things where I'm, you know, running around, and Girl Scouts, things like that. And you know what? I don't even know if my kids want to be in Girl Scouts, but I put them in Girl Scouts because, and I don't want to go to a bowling alley on a Saturday afternoon and sit there with 15 5-year-olds bowling. But there's 10 moms there that I didn't know before. And I'm going to be talking to them. And how do I bring it up when I'm at these different functions? I'm always wearing my gear, always. If you don't have a shirt, you need to get a shirt. I always have my lanyard on. If I have a coat on, I have my pin on. I always have something. And you need to find your way. You need to find something that makes you stand out. I told one of my friends the other day the best thing I ever did for my business was get a mohawk. I ain't kidding. Because it is such a conversation starter. I was at Target the other day checking out, and the girl's like, "Your hair is awesome." I was like, "Well, thank you. Here's a coupon." So find something, wear your shirt, paint your nails green so somebody goes, "Oh, I like your nails, thanks, they match my business cards." Or find something so you can bring it up, you know, wherever you're at, Girl Scouts, the park.
I want a mohawk now.
Yeah.
Who else wants a mohawk?
Best thing. I'm not telling you to go get a mohawk. I
think it's genius. Kids will love it. Thank you so much. Let's give it up for these amazing moms.
That's intense.
Awesome piano. Good job.
All right. Well, I'm so excited for this next act. I'm not keep saying that. I'm so excited. I'm always excited. But we're about to show you how real men rap. So we have some good-looking fellas who are going to come up here and talk to you real talk. So for all of you guys, the hanging down parts, get out your pens. We're going to start taking notes. So, babe, can you hit that slide? I'd like to welcome Andy Boyd, Ryan Schwartz, Jay Miranda.
What's up, man? Got my notepad. So they said they're gonna you're gonna see how real men rap. Brian, take your shirt off. Oh boy. No, I'm just joking. We went. Hello? No? Everybody hear me? I don't need a microphone. All right, sorry. So, they introduced us. My name is Andy Boyd. Like, you guys heard my story a little bit earlier. You know, from a small town, Potterville, Michigan. Previous experience in this kind of business, 0. You know, I was an oil technician with a little bit of a teaching background. Been in the business with my beautiful wife for 4.5 years. And like we told you earlier, we are Ambassador Diamonds, and it's completely changed our lives. I'm going to let the gentlemen up here on the panel introduce themselves, and we'll start giving you guys some knowledge about how guys do this business.
Jay Miranda, Triple Diamond, and from Pennsylvania.
Josh Rankin from good old P-Bird and Ambassador Diamond.
I'm Ryan Schwartz from Southwest Michigan, Ambassador Diamond.
Yeah. So we're going to start down here with Ryan. Like you said, Ambassador Diamond, you've been in the business for how long?
4 years.
Okay. What we're going to talk about is, what we do to help with this business, okay? Jay's going to take it another step further, what he does to work this business as like the forefront of his and his wife's business. But Ryan, why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about what you do with your wife to help with this business.
Okay, well, just a little background. I work full-time for a mechanical piping company out of my hometown. I've been with them for about 10 years. And I also work as an independent distributor for It Works. So at first, I was a little leery of the business. I didn't know anything about network marketing. Didn't really want to. Kendra was a very successful insurance agent for a long time, and that's what I enjoyed watching her do, and she made a good living doing it. But when she started working for It Works, and I came on board, for me it was more about a supportive role at first. And if there's guys in here that have something holding them back from taking part of this business and jumping on board, you need to let that go right away and start helping out, because as a team, your spouse and you can really create way more opportunities for each other. You can build your teams, and you can have way more success as a couple, as a team. So for me, I help out a lot on social media by getting on our business page and posting, and by helping out on our team pages. And a lot of the time, I am reaching out to our team members with support, and just telling them how amazing they are, welcoming people to the team, and helping out with things in the background. I do a lot with our kids, staying at home while Kendra can get out and do her thing, because when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, that's how Kendra's become very successful, is getting in front of people. So I try to make that as easy as I can on her and help out in that aspect. By running things like Instagram, being able to help out on there, anything you can take off your spouse's plate to make them more available to get to parties, to get to team trainings, that's the important stuff that really matters, and that'll help really boost your team.
Absolutely, those are some good tips. And I'd like you to touch on one more thing. You guys, you do have your fan page, your Facebook page, your Instagram, a little bit of Twitter here and there too. But could you touch a little bit on, branding yourself a little bit, and what that does for you guys on social media?
Yeah, I think branding yourself as a couple is very important, because it allows people to see you as who you are. Me and Kendra are loving people. We have a lot of friends, a lot of relationships, and when it comes down at the end of the day, people want to see that. They're going to invest in you because they can tell that you're a caring person. If you're just a straight up business, that's all there is to it. I don't really want to know much about you or your kids or anything like that. People are going to fare away from that. So the more relationships you can build, the more you can interact with your team and with people that are watching you. There's people constantly watching you. So this life is about love and relationships. So reaching out there and doing that more and help branding yourself as a loving couple, that's just going to help.
Perfect, thank you. And when I say branding yourself, for example, a fan page on Facebook or a business page or something like that, if somebody were to like a post, comment on it, ask questions and stuff like that, and it's a woman, for example, Kendra doesn't have time to get on there and answer that question, and Ryan's answering that question, they don't know if it's Jen or if it's Kendra or if it's Ryan, it's getting sticker, so if they would not feel comfortable having that conversation with a man normally, they don't know any different. So when it comes down to maybe a phone call that needs to happen next, that's when you turn it over to the spouse, okay? So, thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
All right, Josh Rankin. Let's give this guy, first of all, a big round of applause. He's going to talk a little bit about the tech side of the business, whether it's, websites or, whatever. slideshow that you guys see here today, you guys might, it looks easy. It's not easy.
I wish I could take credit for that. That was actually my beautiful wife, Sarah.
Why you gotta hate? Give me props over here, man.
The Your Freedom You website that you guys might have seen, I did build that.
And that was an amazing website. So when you guys bought your tickets or came or got on there to sign up or see what it was all about, Josh built that website. And that's what he's going to talk about, because it's not always just social media. You know, you can get a website going on and, like I said, brand yourself and have people find you through like Google and stuff like that. He's going to talk a little bit about that. So.
Right, I don't want to get too heavy into the website stuff. It seems like a lot for a lot of people, and it can be, but I don't know a single line of code. I literally build all my stuff with WordPress, and if you guys don't know about it, go check it out. There's a lot of good free trainings you can find on YouTube, literally to show you how to build anything on a WordPress site. You actually don't even have to pay to start one. They do have some free stuff that you guys can look into, so definitely just Google building a WordPress site, build a WordPress blog, and all kinds of stuff will come up. It's actually really simple. It's a bunch of clicking of the mouse, a little bit of, just moving stuff around, but it's really, really easy. It looks intimidating, it's not.
All right, he's also going to talk a little bit about the back office. You know, for those of you who are super new and you don't know what the back office is, that's your e-suite, that's your website that you run your business through, where people can go sign up, where you can pull reports and stuff like that to help you. So could you, talk a little bit about what you do in the back office for you and Sarah's business?
Yeah, absolutely. That's I feel like a lot of what I do for Sarah is back office charting and stuff like that. And a lot of the girls will call last day of the month and just need something charted out, which is awesome. I love helping them out. TreeView is your guys' friend for sure. TreeView, if you go into reports, click TreeView and you can literally click to display all of your loyal customers, and it shows you your entire organization, volumes, ID numbers, addresses, email addresses. So the best way, I couldn't teach you guys the whole back office in 2 hours, but the best way to do it is watch those training videos and then get back there and just do some poking around, because there is a lot of hidden functionality in there that most people just don't know because they don't do the training or they don't take the time to just play around. So that's my biggest recommendation. Get back there and just click some of the buttons, see what the reports actually show you. And again, TreeView is your best friend.
Awesome. Now, like he just said though, get in your back office and start messing around. Explore. There's always the back button. You know, you can always hit back and go back to, if you get confused or something like that.
Right.
So,
you're not gonna unenroll a distributor if you click the wrong thing. You don't have to worry about anything like that. So.
Right. And you guys, you do a lot of the financial stuff for you guys' business too. But aside from that, everybody's seen Sarah up here. You've seen her at other trainings and stuff like that. She's a pretty high energy kind of girl. She's has lots of ideas. She's always going here, going there. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Talk a little bit about balance, please.
Balance. I'm like the yin to her yang. We're both Aries, but she's the fire sign. I don't know. You taught me all about the zodiac. I didn't know anything about it. And I'm the water, I guess. So I guess what Andy's trying to get me to say here is balance is healthy. You don't feel like you have to be go right along next to your awesome rock star wife. You can just try and compliment her in other ways and maybe take care of some of the stuff that she either doesn't like to do or isn't that great at.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Josh.
Absolutely.
Jay, you did. By the way, you did a great job with the start this one. Jay is more of the, his wife was up here doing some awesome talks and stuff like that. She does good, but Jay, you were the one who really saw the opportunity and jumped in with both feet in the beginning, weren't you?
Well, here's what happened. I saw the opportunity and I said to Amanda, you need to do this. She only tried to rap to prove to me that it wasn't going to work. And, well, she had amazing results and here we are today. I'm a very, very competitive person, and so is Amanda. But it's kind of funny because, like she said, we had split up. And I had a little apartment about the size of this stage, I say. And when she got into this business and started, doing her little thing with it, she invited me to her first rap party. And I was like, I'm not going, I don't even like you anymore. And so, seriously.
That's not funny,
what
sorry.
happened. And so, however, her sponsor, a good friend of mine, I said, I'm just gonna come to see my good friend that I haven't seen in a long time. So there was like, I don't know, 10, 12 people there. It was just crazy at her place. And Amanda was like hectic, and she's like, here, rap these girls. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. She said, just watch me. So she rapped them, or I rapped them. They had amazing results. And then that night, we listened to a Show Me the Money call. Candy was on. And Amanda's sponsor was saying how this woman is a millionaire. So it started to now click with me. All these people are here at her party. They're all rapping. This stuff really works. She's gonna be a millionaire. And I'm not gonna be a millionaire because we're not together. And so I said, wait a minute, yes, I am gonna be a millionaire. And so I jumped in as well to become a distributor, only to make more money than Amanda. However, it still hasn't happened yet, and I'm okay with that because now she's my wife and her money's my money. So.
And the truth will set you free. No, but that's a great story. And this just clicked with me. You proposed to her on Network Stage.
I did.
I remember that. We were there. Seattle?
That was in Seattle.
Okay, yeah. Awesome boot camp. But you know, you do rap parties.
Yes.
You rap people.
Yes.
You work this business, you know, and on the forefront, on the front line. So talk a little bit about a guy doing a rap party or a guy rapping a girl and not being the weird dude rapping a girl.
So we weren't back together right away, and now I'm in this business, so I have to do rap parties. So what I would do is every Tuesday, I'd have like a rap party at my apartment, and again, it was tiny. So some Tuesdays there'd be 10, 12 people there, other Tuesdays nobody would show up. But the people that would come, sometimes they were weird about me rapping them, and some people I didn't even know who they were. So what I would do is I would find that one person who was okay with me rapping, and I would rap them in front of everybody, and I'd pair everyone up at the party to rap each other.
You guys taking notes?
So what that would do is a couple of things. It happened with me, right? Amanda had me rap people. I saw how easy it was. I saw that they had results, and I was like all in. So that's what it was doing for these people. They were like, oh, this was pretty easy. Okay, let me learn more about this. And as I'm going through the party pattern, talking about the opportunity, now everything is clicking. So it was A, showing people that you didn't have to have this real elaborate party. B, anybody can do it. I mean, I'm just like a dorky dude. And then, C, it was just like, you could get people to your place. You don't have to go anywhere. And it really helped out. Even to this day, Amanda and I still do parties together. There's times where I'm rapping people at those parties. There's times where she can't make a party and I have to do the party myself. I feel totally comfortable with it. You just have to not be timid. This is what we do. It's what we do for a living. You know what you're doing, right? You know what you know what you know. So it's like, just go up there. And there's times where I'm like, okay, what area do you want to target on? And they're like, well, my lower stomach. So I'm not afraid, okay, right here in this area. And I'm the professional. They're here for me to help them. So I don't do this, kind of timid, weird thing that makes them feel weird. I mean, when you go to get plastic surgery, the surgeons, 90% of the time, are men, and they're not timid, to show you where they're going to help you. Same thing with us, so we just can't be timid with it.
Right, like you said, that's a perfect statement. You're a professional. This is your profession. This is your business. This is what you do for a living. You treat it that way, you act like that, they're going to treat you back the same way. So, we got these guys, what they do in the business. I do, a little bit of kind of almost what they each do. I'm active on social media. I run our fan page. A fan page and a business page for those of you that don't know the same thing. I schedule our posts every morning. And on top of that, I send welcome letters to our loyals and our DTs. A lot of this stuff it is busy work, but it's super important. If you're not sending those welcome letters to your loyal customers, they feel like they just signed up and then they didn't hear anything from you. That welcome letter, that you just write up a welcome letter, save it as a draft in your email, cut and paste, change a name, put in the email, send it. It literally takes like 30 seconds. And that's important for your business. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let these guys give you like a final tip or some advice that they would recommend that you take, and you include it in your business. But before I do that, I'd like everybody to recognize that we got ourselves a contractor we got ourselves an ex-military man, we got ourselves a video editor of a college, and we got ourselves kind of a jack of all trades. You heard my story, teacher, oil change technician, bartender, whatever. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you did for a living previously, this is your business now. Okay, you don't have to have experience in this type of business to be successful. So, Ryan, why don't you go ahead and give us your final tip?
I was going to talk a little bit about balance, and Josh kind of touched on it, but I think it's really important with as crazy as life is, and then you throw something like this network marketing business into it, it's busy work. I mean, you're constantly gone, you're constantly doing things, you might not see each other all the time. It's very, very important to take that time, like Jody had set up here during the mommy panel, said you cross that day out. Take that time for yourselves to make sure that you're, staying close, you're on the same page. That's very important, especially when you're business partners. You're working this business together. You need to take that time and remember that you're in love, and and especially not today. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Great tip.
My tip is just real short and real quick. A lot of guys here, I don't know if you guys have even had conversations with your wife about possibly working the business or even just supporting her. But just ask her what you can do to make her life a little bit easier with this business. It could be something so simple, but just have that conversation. And if you're willing to jump in with both feet and start working it yourself, start doing what makes you uncomfortable. I absolutely hate talking on stage. So
you're doing a great job, though.
Thank you. But just do it, because you might find out you're pretty darn good at some of it. So.
My tip is actually for the women today. If you're, in fact, guys that are in the house, stand up, please. Stand up. All the guys in the house, stand up. It helps whenever us as men support our wives, but it also helps when the wives also support their supporting husbands. And so today, it's Valentine's Day. This business brought Amanda and I back together. And, hopefully, you guys all being here together is going to bring you guys back together. Oh, 50 Shades of Grey just came out this week. So maybe in November we'll see a bunch of It Works babies. I don't know. But just support one another in this business, because that's all you have is each other.
Awesome, man. My final tip is pretty simple. Okay, do what you have to do. Okay, if you're not a tech guy, that's okay. If you're not good, if you don't want to do wrap parties, that's okay. If you guys have kids at home and you want to, be the supportive spouse, well, do that, but do it. Don't say you're going to do it, and then when your wife comes home, there's 7 piles of laundry sitting on the couch, and the kids got snotty noses, nobody's had a bath, and they don't have anything to eat. That's not doing this business. If that's going to be the case, go back to work. But when it comes to blitzing as a guy, is just a quick tip, and then